Well, in the wake of Tropical Storm Kungray, it does look like a new storm is forming up here on the 1st of September 2013. This new one would be called Toraji, forming just towards the north of Miyako-jima and Ishigaki, based on radar out of the area at this time. We can see that swirl in the cloud cover. And this is really just leftover energy from Kungray as it zoomed off there towards the north. A lot of this cloud cover got sheared off and pushed over Taiwan, and thus resulting in, well, the severe flooding we saw across much of the island here throughout the weekend. If you want to actually see some of the results of this severe flooding, check out this video on YouTube. I'll put the link down below, but this is of a landslide. In the very beginning of the video, you can even see where this rock detaches, and this is the end result, this car almost being crushed by this boulder. Now, thankfully, only minor injuries reported, but very dangerous situation. Over 1,300 millimeters reported in Taiwan since Friday. Now, thankfully, it does look like that energy, which was left over from Kungray, is starting to spin up and pull off there towards the northeast. So, based on satellite and radar out of Taiwan at this time, it does look like conditions are gradually improving. That may be changing by midweek because of this new storm system. Now, right now, located just towards the northeast of Taiwan, it will be called Tropical Storm Toraji, but at this time, JTWC, I think, has given it a low area. The Japan Meteorological Agency has it as a tropical depression, a warned tropical depression, which means they expect it to become a tropical storm within the next 24 hours. And do note that Okinawa is actually inside this cone of air where this is going to be going within the next 24 hours. I do think it is going to stay towards the northwest of the islands there, though, just based on the overall background flow in the area. It should drift off there towards the northeast. But that's really going through the next 24 to 48 hours, because I think by Tuesday, the uncertainty of this storm system, where exactly it's going to be going, is going to significantly increased, because it's going to lose that force of that stationary boundary, which is now dominating much of Japan, and it's slowly pulling it off there towards the northeast. That stationary boundary also brings some pretty severe storms across, while most of Japan, western Kyushu, has been seeing some incredible amount of rainfall. Kungray blew through on Saturday, really well off there towards the north now here on Sunday, but that also dropped some pretty heavy rain and gusty winds all across Japan. Now today, still have that front in place, and actually seen some severe storms in the Kanto area. You can see them flaring up here. Over 10,000 people without power in western Tokyo off towards Saitama. Here at my position here in Tokyo, we actually haven't had a single rain shower yet today. Most of it's a little bit farther inland from the metropolitan area, and also around the Kanagawa area, partly cloudy skies throughout the day. So any more rain into this area is not going to be welcomed. We can see that swirl farther down there towards the south. So first, let's actually take a look at where the JMA model, the JMA high resolution model built for storms, tropical systems in Japan. This is a pretty accurate one, and especially accurate when forecasting storms forming down here. This is looking ahead in the Monday, and what we can see is it starts to drop the pressure near 1,000 HPA. That would put it at tropical storm intensity. Not quite typhoon, we need around 970 for that. But what we can see here is winds sustained around tropical storm strength there across portions of Okinawa as we go through Tuesday morning. Heading out towards Wednesday, it doesn't go very far, very fast. Actually, this particular model, the JMA model, expects this to linger here, and we're still going to have some pretty strong winds pulling in from the north, hitting northern portions of Taiwan. And that is the problem I was saying, I'm mentioning about by midweek. There's a potential for some pretty heavy rainfall out here because we see those showers wrapping around and they hit Taiwan yet again. You do not need any more rain. Also, much of the southern Japanese islands, this particular model keeps the rain so much out of western Japan. But if we pull the GFS model and look at Wednesday, about the same time, we can see the bulk of the showers are actually much farther here towards the north. Looking around much of southern Kyushu, Kagoshima here, getting some heavy rainfall. But it really kind of lingers in the area. It doesn't really jet off there towards the northeast like Kungray, because you don't have that influence of the deep upper level trough that pulled Kungray off there towards the north. So it could be lingering here, just continuing to bring those pretty strong sustained winds. Now, in this scenario, since it's farther towards the north, northern Taiwan wouldn't see the heavy rain showers. So yeah, at this time, given the slow motion of this storm system, that was my Adobe saving, given the slow motion of this storm system, I think the unpredictability of it after Tuesday and the Wednesday is pretty high. Until then, across much of the southern Japanese islands, it does look like the winds are going to pick back up for you. I do think that the northerly track, even a little bit farther towards the north, given the GFS model, is probably more likely than JMA, but that's just my thoughts on it. The only reason why I think that is that through the next 24 to 48 hours, it still does have that influence of that trough that should pull it a little bit farther there towards the north. But yeah, with that said, we're going to continue to watch this one. It just formed right up in the wake of this storm system, and it does look like scattered showers all across much of the southern Japanese islands here, and unfortunately, northern Taiwan could get in on this yet again. So we're going to continue to keep you updated here, of course, at westernpacificweather.com. Also, a lot of other stuff going on the website today. April put out her forecast for the first part of this week. I know it's a holiday there for the Americans out here on military bases, so I'm sure you want to know what she's saying for the southern Japanese islands. Also, Dr. Gary Baktasa put out his blog about Project Noah. Pretty good read there, so please go check that out. And also, I'm meteorologist Robert Spetta, has a video coming out about why it was just so dry and hot out here throughout most of the summer. So lots of stuff being put out on the website today. Thanks for watching, everybody. Stay safe out there.